Hi there. Welcome to the J&J Theater. I'm Jason.
I'm Ann.
We're J&J for the J&J Theater. We're here today to talk to you about Transformers Age of Extinction. We're going to give you our full review here. This will have some spoilers in it. We're going to talk in depth about the characters, about the plot line of the movie, what plot line there was. So if you don't want to see anything with spoilers, head on over to our 2-minute review of Transformers Age of Extinction. No spoilers to be heard of there. We only talk about things you've seen in the trailer, but we still give you a quick thought on if you should see the movie or not. So, let's jump in. What'd you think of the movie?
I personally didn't like it because Tyrese was not in it.
So that's exactly where we're going to go on if the movie was good or not.
Yep.
That's your barometer for good movies.
Yep. No, I actually really liked it. I love Transformers. I love Marky Mark. I love Stanley Tucci. I personally don't like Kelsey Grammer, but he did a good job. And I love the Dinobots.
Okay. I was a little more indifferent on the movie. I thought it was a good movie from an action perspective, as all three of the other ones were as well.
Michael Bay's good at that.
Yep. But there were a lot of changes this time around. You still get Michael Bay back, so have no fear. Your lens flare will be there. But what the big changes that happened this time around are no Josh Duhamel, no Tyrese, as you mentioned, no John Turturro, no Sam Witwicky, no Shia LaBeouf in this one.
They weren't even mentioned, and I did miss his parents bantering back and forth. I always thought that was really funny and cute. And
right.
I mean, they did have humor, but they were always, kind of stole the show.
That's true. I always enjoyed his parents. I thought they were a great addition, and you always love watching when they were on the screen. Mm-hmm. They're nowhere to be found in this one.
Not mentioned.
And actually, the comic relief, or who you thought was going to be the comic relief, T.J. Miller, they kill him off in the first 20 minutes.
I know, I didn't get that at all.
And I liked his character.
I know.
He was your cliche, dumb guy character, but he was funny.
Yeah, he was funny. And, but he did cause the whole, bad guys to come find Marky Mark and Optimus Prime, but even when he died, everybody was just like, oh, he's left behind, didn't grieve him, moved on, wasn't even mentioned again.
Right. And so another interesting thing I thought happened in the first 20 minutes was we got our only car chase of the movie.
Yeah.
And it was driven in a Sonic, a Chevrolet Sonic.
Yeah. And they surprisingly had a lot of room in that Sonic.
Yeah. Yep. To be able to film the movie, fit 4 people in there perfectly, those Sonics are spacious, according to Michael Bay's Transformers.
It's true.
Now, on a positive side, I thought they did a great job of upping the cars in the movie. Mm-hmm. I love Chevrolet. I'm a Chevrolet guy. But I also love to see a Bugatti Veyron, which we got to see in the movie. Cool. A Lamborghini.
Which was very nice.
Yep. And a Pagani as well.
Which you never see.
Absolutely. Even the truck.
Yeah. Optimus Prime, when he got into that new truck, that was awesome. It makes me want to buy an 18-wheeler.
Well, I'm not sure about that. Where are we going to park it?
On the street.
Well, that's everybody else does.
That's true.
So, they did a great job of upping the cars that were in the movie. But again, the only car chase you get is the Chevrolet Sonic. Interesting choice, I thought. So the plot of the movie, I really thought was lacking. They talked about the Battle of Chicago, which, if you remember, is from the third Transformer movie. They pretty much destroy Chicago, which is the theme for these movies.
I'm glad they pick another city besides New York. Poor New York, it's been...
Yeah, well, it's pretty much New York, Chicago, or L.A.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, the Battle of Chicago has apparently upset the American public, and the CIA lead, Kelsey Grammer, is in cahoots with a new Transformer, who's the new baddie Transformer, let's call it, is a bounty hunter from another world who, for no real reason that we can understand or they communicated to us, is down on Earth to get Optimus Prime.
Well, they want to take him back to wherever they came from and the creators and get them off Earth. But the Transformers have never even heard of this, so they're kind of confused themselves.
Right. Which made us confused.
Yeah.
So, but you got the bounty hunter who's down here. Really cool Transformer. I thought he was an ominous villain. He was really well thought out, well portrayed on the screen. But again, there's no real backstory, no understanding of why he's there at all. And he's teamed up with Kelsey Grammer to capture all of the Transformers, Autobots and Decepticons alike. And then Stanley Tucci's character is the owner of an organization who's out to get all these Autobots so that he can turn them into man-made Transformers.
Yeah. So they can use them for the army.
Which I thought was a cool idea, and even the way the new Transformers transformed, and the fact that they could, take the metal and turn it into Transformium, I think is what they called it.
Yeah, that was really cool.
It was a unique idea. Now, Stanley Tucci's character, let's talk about that a little bit. I didn't like it the first half of the movie. He was really, you thought he was a bad guy. There's a scene where he walks into his building and yells at his assistants for how the sound that the building makes when you walk in. He was unhappy with it.
Yeah.
And he just really, I didn't enjoy Stanley Tucci at all in the first half of the movie. And then the second half, he, on a dime, makes this switch. Marky Mark calls him as a fellow inventor and says, hey, I'm an inventor. We should not be trying to kill the Autobots or the Decepticons. We should be trying to save the world.
But I personally like that. I like that, he's a billionaire inventor that gets what he wants, and he thought he was doing the right thing for America to protect them, and then when he realizes that Kelsey Grammer was steering him in the wrong way and that this huge bomb was going to go off, he switched sides and was trying to help it for the better. I personally like that, because you don't ever see that in bad guys.
Maybe Transformers isn't the right place to do that in-depth
and he
of
had
character transformation.
But he had comic relief in the movie too.
In the second half of the movie, Stanley Tucci steals the show.
Yeah.
His character really becomes the best character in the movie. He's the comic relief. You really grow to like him by the end of the movie. But I just thought, the first half he was a terrible character. The transformation was, not very well thought out or completed. It was done in literally 30 seconds, which I'm glad they only did it in 30 seconds, because the movie is already 2 hours and 45 minutes long.
It was really long.
I agree. I wouldn't have want to see 20 minutes of Stanley Tucci's transformation into the character he becomes. But at the end of the day, I thought it was a little lacking in the first half, and in typical Michael Bay fashion, it wasn't really fleshed out. It's almost like they try to throw too many plot lines, too many characters, and too much character development in, while at the same time you've got Transformers. So the other big addition to this Transformer movies is Dinobots.
Yay!
So the Dinobots were really cool.
Awesome.
But they only come in the last 20 minutes.
Yeah, which kind of sucked.
And in the theme of everything else we've talked about so far, there's no real plot behind why they're there. It's not really fleshed out as to why the Dinobots show up.
Mm-hmm. And I didn't really understand, at the beginning of the movie, they showed, them coming in when the dinosaurs were alive, and then all of a sudden Dinobots were there, and then when they were done, they just ran off, and who knows where they went. It was kind of strange.
Yeah, again, in the vein of the rest of the movie as well, it just wasn't very well fleshed out.
But it was awesome seeing Optimus Prime come in riding in on a T-Rex.
Agreed.
That was pretty cool.
Agreed. That was a great part of the movie, and really the action goes to a whole new level when the Dinobots show up. And, visual effects in these movies are always fantastic.
Awesome.
And this one's no different. And really best in class, I would say. The spaceships, flying through the city, it's all very believable. It's all done really well, I thought.
Mm-hmm.
A couple of things. So let's talk about a couple of the other new characters. What about Nicola Peltz as the hottie hot chick with shorty short shorts?
I like her as a person, but I didn't like her character. It was very annoying, very whiny, bratty. I was over it in the first 5 minutes. And then, oh, Dad, don't save me. Oh, Daddy, save me. Oh, Daddy, you didn't save me. Where are you going? It was very annoying.
So if you guys remember, she was actually the little girl in The Last Airbender, which is not a greatly acted movie, or directed movie for that matter. M. Night Shyamalan is, lacking there. She doesn't do a fantastic acting job in this movie either. She fits in the shorty short girl role pretty perfectly. I'm always in danger. Now, they tried a new thing this year where they brought her boyfriend in, who was Irish, I guess? Or
I don't know. He was half Irish, half American. I don't know. His accent went on and off.
He was Irish half the time, let's say. But, it's your typical Mark Wahlberg's her dad. He doesn't know she has a boyfriend. I'm not really sure what purpose he served of being there because he really wasn't funny. He really wasn't a hero. He was actually more of a sissy. Mark Wahlberg did all the saving, so I'm confused as to why they even brought him in.
But he was cute. He was a good actor. He did a good job. So.
And it's Jack Rayner, and I'm just assuming that they took so much flack for not having a hot guy when they have the hot chick as well.
Yeah, but they had, I mean, in the other ones, they had Shia and Megan Fox, and then
right.
I don't remember the girl from the third movie, so, and then the parents. So,
yeah,
I mean, it's kind of the same things, but the roles reversed.
But when you get Mark Wahlberg, right? I mean,
you don't need anybody else.
Yeah, exactly. Mark Wahlberg's a big hunk. Shia LaBeouf is not a hunk by any means. So, one other guy that was in the movie, Titus Welliver, which we've all seen, Sons of Anarchy. He's been in tons of movies. He always plays the villain. I thought they didn't do a very good job of really fleshing him out either. I would have almost rather seen just him or just Kelsey Grammer.
Yeah.
He kind of comes in as Kelsey Grammer's right-hand man. There's a point in the movie where they kind of figure out they're not in it for the money anymore. There's no money to be had. And Titus is still very well on board with doing whatever Kelsey needs, which I thought was weird, considering both these guys are in it for the money.
But he's used to being in the military and following orders, and that's his leaders. So, I mean, he's going to do what he's told.
So you really took this whole, imagine your own plot line to a whole new level.
Pretty much.
You're the perfect Michael Bay target
market.
Well,
when you don't have a storyline, you got to make one.
Perfect. So I think that's a good spot to close. That tells you a lot about the movie. Action is fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
You get Mark Wahlberg this time around. You get a Stanley Tucci type role, really the second half of the movie, I thought. And some cool action, some cool cars, some cool transformation, and Dinobots.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you're going to get. What do you say? See it in the theater, rent it on DVD, or skip it altogether?
I say go see it. If you love Transformers, I think you'll love this one. I personally liked it better than the last one. I thought it was good, and I definitely say go see it.
So I'm a little more on the fence. I think if you like the first three, you're going to like this one. I would not say this is the best of the four Transformer movies by any stretch, but it's a lot of the same, and you're going to enjoy it. It's been a couple of years. Go see it. If you're not in that camp, I think waiting for DVD, Netflix, TNT, you'll be fine. You'll catch it in a couple of years on a Saturday. Hopefully you got about 4 hours to set aside, because once they throw commercials into this baby, it's going to be lengthy. But that's really, from my perspective, what I think. We appreciate you spending some time with us. Subscribe below to the J&J Theater. We got more videos coming at you. Let us know what you thought in the comments, and tell us what you want to see from us in the future. I'm Jay.
I'm ANJ.
Thanks. See ya.
Bye.